Hello everyone, welcome to today's showcase on Dark Souls 3. Now, I've covered a couple of Black Knight weapons. I've already done the basic sword and the ultra great sword, or just a great sword as they would call it. But there's one that I continuously have to fight in every video. The one that usually kicks my ass and sends me flying in the air. Because I'm not that great at the game. Maybe. Of course, you may have already came to the conclusion, it is the Black Knight Greataxe. Giant thing. Quite giant indeed. Puts most other axes to shame, in terms of sheer size and volume. The description of this weapon reads, Great axe of the Black Knights who wander the lands, used to fight chaos demons. What is a chaos demon? I don't really remember. Anyhow, the unique attack of this axe greatly reduces the enemy's poise, reflecting the tremendous size of the enemy that the knights have fiercely faced. Alright. The skill of this weapon is the war cry, like many other axes before it. Let out a spirited war cry to temporarily boost attack, enabling a special consecutive strong attack, which we'll be taking a look at later. Now, visually the weapon, there's no real-world counterpart to this thing, but we do have the original Dark Souls to go on, since it's been in every Dark Souls. I think it's been in the second one, I'm pretty sure, but it matters little, it's been in the original. We can see visually they are identical. The color has been slightly changed, the original was much blacker, this one has more of a reddish rusty tint. Makes sense of how much time has passed. But still, there's literally no difference, all the way from the pommel, to the grips, the shaft, to the overheads, and the spike on the end. So that's nice. There's not, unlike the Dragon Tooth Hour I did the other day, with my light changes, this one has no such thing at all. Same as always been. Physically looking at the weapon, you got a lot of physical damage. 200 starting off. The bonus is also pretty good. Over 50% of which you'd put out the basic physical. So for my build of 50 strength, I put out over 300 damage coming right out of the box. You don't need 50 strength, but it's nice having it. Going on to each of your bonus, you guys C and a D. C for strength, D for dexterity. It's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Trip requirement, you need 36 strength, which is a lot, and 18 dexterity, which is also quite a bit. So having both together, you're a high-level character, no doubt. Because you'll need a lot of strength and quite a bit of dexterity. And also we have the War Cry. It's 20 FP cost, which is standard for every other axe. And the weight of the weapon is actually quite heavy at 19.5. Heavy weapon, but will the damage be the same? Now let's look at the animations. For the animations weapon, I have my stats turned on. As you see, I can only swing this axe twice with the basic attack. Same can be said with the power attack. This is a problem. As much as I want to talk about the animations, there's a huge problem with the stamina. If I can only hit twice, I can only systematically hit once, and then have to retreat. This is a big con in my book. Anyhow, the roll attack, or at least tell about, is a very quick drop of the axe, and the other roll attack is the more wound up axe drop. Now the special, the War Cry, is similar to the other War Cry, but however you can see it changes the power attack right there. It no longer is the dragging the axe along the ground. You get a very fancy maneuver. And this front attack is a very quick drop of the axe. This weapon, given its nature, is reinforced with Twinkling Titanite. A little pricey, but not surprised. This weapon is indeed seeped in power. Now, going forward, you can see you get a lot of upgrades, almost 20 points per upgrade, almost. Well, your bonus definitely gets 40, and now we can see we're getting plus 20. So the first upgrade was lower, but we can see no change with the achievement bonus. And because of this Twinkling Titanite reinforcement, it cannot be infused. Alright, time for performance. With a giant weapon like this, I expect I'll have no trouble in the damage department, but I gotta be careful. Because if I'm not careful, I can easily spend my stamina and not be able to dodge. We can see with one attack though, I easily wipe out a knight. Easily. Now against these guys who have no armor, I expect they'll have a hard time with this. Yep. Let's try the power attack. Oh, awesome! Awesome! That's what I wanted. That happens to me too many times. Send people flying in the air. Oh, I love that. I definitely love that. But I have no doubt this can go through a small to medium shield. Let's test it anyway, though. Let's see. Oh, missed. The problem with this is, it's just only get one attack through, and then see, it's 1, 2 hits. All right, and we can follow up with a critical attack. I'm gonna backstab in later, so that's almost 900 damage right there. Against our Gorgile, I'll use my more powerful attack, but of course I miss. Let's try it again. Basic attack easily just did 500 damage. This weapon's a monster in terms of damage. Very high damage. That's all if you have good strength, though. Let's try it, see if we can get to the shield. Nope, no good. Power attack with a combo power attack couldn't get to the shield. But oh well, it still did plenty of damage. Plenty of damage indeed. But, however, with still the same problem of only having one attack before I'm out of stamina. That's why I made this fight tedious. Now, they're a little angry, although they might be tougher than I am, because they're wielding that sucker with only one hand. Look at them go. Now I gotta use this two-handed. But I have no doubt that I am probably the stronger of the two in the end. Because I'm going to be utilizing the backstabs. What do we call it, a backstab with an axe? The back cleave? I'm not sure. It's a good question. But it's kind of beside the point. I'm just trying to send him flying in the air. That's what I really want to do, is just send him flying in the air for once. Because he's done it so many times to me. Nope, I didn't send him flying in the air? Oh, that's trash. Whatever. It's powerful. Moving on to the pros and cons of the Black Knight Greataxe. On the pro side, it has a very high amount of damage. It actually has pretty good reach too. And the special is plenty powerful. And it is also a returning weapon, which is also awesome. On the cons, however, it is incredibly heavy. It costs too much stamina to use, in my opinion anyway. And it has a very high stat requirement. That's also all very heavy con. Oh yes, and it cannot be infused. Almost forgot that one. So yes, the pros and cons are pretty well balanced in this time around. Moving on to the score though for Black Knight Greataxe. Damage gets 9 out of 10. A lot of damage being outputted by that. Reach, 8 out of 10. With all his leaping attacks and how long his weapon is, it's pretty good for reach. Animation gets 6 out of 10. You know, I didn't talk too much about the animation, but you can easily see it has a couple of unique animations by itself. And for bonus, we'll give it 9 out of 10. It's very high bonus, very high, almost surpassed the basic damage itself. If it did, it would have been 10. Nisk though, 2 out of 10. To be honest, the returning weapon stature for this weapon is the only saving grace. It's heavy. Yeah, you need a lot of high stat requirement to wield it, and you only swing it twice, at least for my basic stats. So that's a very heavy negative. But oh well, despite all that, the Black Knight Greataxe gets a total of 34 out of 50, which is still pretty good. Pretty good indeed. But if it wasn't just for that damn stamina, it'd be a lot better. But oh well, still an excellent weapon, still very powerful, if you can wield it. So, is it the best axe in the game? Well, to be honest, maybe, is what I have to give you. But it's a very hefty axe to use. Not my kind of weapon. I prefer more of the small to mid-range. But that's my opinion. I like to be nimble. This weapon is pretty nimble, but not so much as over encumbered by weight. But it's not exactly fast as the wind. But anyway, that's been showcased for today. I thank everyone here for watching, and as always, see you guys next time. Take care out there.